Good evening. My name is Abigail, and I really appreciate this opportunity to give this speech tonight. I'd like you to think for a moment. Have you ever wondered what it would be like to have everything in your life, the plans that you have made, changed in an instant? Perhaps you have. There was a woman I learned about in high school who could surely sympathize. This woman's name is Elisabeth Elliot, and in the next few minutes, I'd like to take you on the journey that was her life. Elisabeth's childhood was a little bit different than most. She was born on December 21st, 1926, to Philip and Catherine Howard. She was born in Brussels, Belgium, where her parents were missionaries. She only lived there for a few months when her parents relocated to Philadelphia and then later New Jersey, where she spent the rest of her childhood until she left home to attend college at Wheaton College. Elisabeth studied classical Greek at Wheaton College, which prepared her for her future missions work, which dealt with unwritten languages. While attending college, she met a man named Jim Elliot, who little did she know would one day become her husband. Following college, Elisabeth went to Ecuador to serve in the area of missions work for the Christian faith. I had mentioned that Elisabeth had met a man named Jim Elliot while she was in college. This man, Jim Elliot, also served in Ecuador in the same ministry as Elisabeth, yet different parts of Ecuador. They both served there for 5 years before their engagement, and they were married in 1953. They continued on in their missions work together, and in 1955, they welcomed Valerie Elliot into the world. Jim had a desire to reach a tribe of Indians that hadn't yet been reached. The tribe that he chose were the Aucas. On January 2nd, 1956, Jim and 4 other men began what they hoped to be a friendly interaction. They had practiced a phrase that carried the meaning, "I like you, I want to be your friend." Somehow, there had been a bit of a miscommunication error, and the Aucas had thought that the men meant to harm them. Jim and the 4 other men were later found dead. They had been killed by wooden spears. Elisabeth, now widowed with a 10-month-old baby, still trusted that God had a bigger plan. She sought to complete the work that her husband had began. She actually was able to make contact with the tribe and lived with a few of the Auca women. Through all of this, she wasn't bitter towards the people who had killed her husband, as well as 4 other men. Her prayer instead was that they too would one day serve the God that she serves. After working with the Auca tribe for 2 years, she returned to the work for which she had originally come to Ecuador for. And in 1963, she returned to the U.S. with her daughter Valerie. Elisabeth had written a book in 1957 narrating what had happened to her husband as well as the other men and the work that continued after their deaths. After returning to the U.S., she continued on as an author and speaker ministering to those who were in hopeless situations. She went on to marry Addison Leach in 1969, who sadly passed away 4 years after their marriage. 4 years following his death, she remarried again, a Mr. Lars Greff, and they were happily married until she passed away on June 15, 2015. Through all of the ups and downs in her life, she remained faithful to the one she had put her faith in. She had followed in her parents' footsteps and lived a life that showed unending love. No matter the struggle we face in life, one thing is certain: love never fails. That is why Elisabeth could face all of the trials